You are tuned in to Making a Difference with Melissa Billy Clark. This show shares compelling stories and experiences of well-known faces and everyday people who change the world in big and small ways. Get ready to open your mind and your heart with Melissa Billy Clark.
Welcome back to Making a Difference with Eric Nies. He's been juicing for over 30 years, and we asked him to juice for us. So we actually partnered with Foodie TV. And Eric, we thank you so much. This is so amazing. I'm a huge juicer, as I told you. And I remember watching you on The Real World. This is back in the 90s, and you were juicing. And me and my father, my father was the one who introduced me to juicing, and he was looking at the TV and he goes, "Look, we're not weird. Look at that guy. He's juicing too." So thank you so much. I wanted to bring my dad into this. And actually, you guys share the same birthday. My beloved father, May 23rd.
Oh, it's Gemini.
So that's why I feel a connection with you. My father is deceased, but yeah, May 23rd. That's your birthday.
Well, let's call him in spirit. Our ancestors are always with us. So let's call in your dad to be here with us now and honor your lineage, and we'll create this shake for him.
Thank you so much. It's so funny because before I smelt him, and now I know why, because you guys share the same birthday. So thank you so much, Eric. You're amazing. Let's get juicing.
All right, let's do this. What am I going to put in first? All right, so I got a couple of frozen bananas.
Okay.
So I'm just going to throw them in there.
And you juice every day, right? There's not one day that goes by.
Well, so a little backstory. In 2007, I was telling you about the fast that I did. I wanted to do a 40-day water fast, but I got to day 16 and I went from 185 pounds. I was already in really great shape, and I went down to 158. How you doing?
Fabulous.
Beautiful day, huh?
Marvelous, yeah.
It's great walking around and just listening to the birds and
yeah.
The quails that.
Yeah, I got some of them with you earlier.
Yeah, just running around. It's nice.
It's beautiful.
I had about 6 dreams last night.
Yeah.
I remember all of them vividly.
Wow.
And an interesting thing is happening.
What?
When I was met with the Sikh. He said to me that one of the reasons why I needed to meditate and to not eat meat was because I needed to clear up some karma from the past, the things that I did when I was a child.
Oh. It's amazing that those things are lodged in your bloodstream and in your muscle tissue, and now they're coming out in the form of dreams as they leave your body.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that, along with the fast and hitting the infrared sauna and going to the hot springs and releasing all of these different toxins, and as you say, experiences from the past, my mind becomes much clearer. The energy in my body drops, becomes much more calm, and really helps me to just settle into the silence here. I wasn't educated enough to understand how to go through a 40-day water fast at that time. But my good friend, Dave Sandoval, who is the founder of Purium Superfoods, I was on his property, and he was obviously aware of what I was doing up there. And on the 16th day, after having many profound experiences on just being on water for those 16 days, my body started to say, you need to put something inside of you. We need some nutrition here.
Of course.
And so Dave came up, and he brought with him a big boxes of superfoods. And what our goal was that we were going to slowly start to incorporate all of the most nutrient dense foods known to man on the planet into my body to try to achieve homeostasis, to get my body back to balance. And basically that's what we did after doing a bunch of blood work and quantum biofeedback. We hooked my body up to this amazing quantum biofeedback machine, which got a reading of all of the cells in my body and let us know what I was deficient in. So we put together what was called an anabolic fast, and that happened in 2007. And thousands of people have enjoyed that experience of being on that cleanse. Also, I just noticed that you popped the .com up there.
Yes.
If you do go to the website and you do buy any of these superfoods and you use my name, Eric, as the gift code, there it is, gift code Eric, you will get $50 off your first purchase.
That's so awesome. Yeah, thank you so much. And these superfoods, so basically these are foods dehydrated and put into like a powder form, is that right?
Exactly. It's like it goes into a huge cylinder, and what they do is they heat it up at a very, very, very low temperature, and it starts to evaporate. And then when it gets up really high in the chamber, it cools down and it comes down in a powder. And so it retains all of its nutrients. And that's basically what this is. So this has all of the cereal grasses in it, from alfalfa to wheatgrass to oat grass. There's buckwheat in here, quinoa, spirulina, millet, oat flour, carrot powder, just amazing. Chia seeds. It's incredible. And so I've been using this religiously pretty much every day for the last 14 years.
And now you're going to put some in with the banana. Is that frozen banana?
Yeah, it's frozen banana.
Great.
So I put a couple of scoops of this in here.
Now, is this your breakfast, your everyday breakfast?
Yes, sometimes I'll do this twice a day because I love it and I feel great when I'm on it.
Sure.
These are some dates to naturally sweeten it up a little bit. I got some blueberries here.
Nice.
Amazing antioxidant.
Can you freeze all this and then put it in? Because things go bad pretty quick, right?
Yep. These are tart cherries.
Okay.
Very high antioxidant. Got some fresh almond milk here.
Nice.
It's going to be our liquid. Then I start to add my own little. This is an adaptogen mix.
Okay.
And what we have in here is lion's mane, turkey tail, reishi, chaga, dandelion, chlorella, spirulina, and some blue butterfly honey and some cinnamon.
So you bought all these products and mixed them together?
Well, this is a friend of mine who makes this.
Oh, okay. Because I'm familiar with the lion's mane. That's a mushroom.
Yeah. The adaptogens are great. This is my brain food right here.
Awesome.
I think chia seeds are my favorite. Yeah, go ahead.
Everybody should start their day like this.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody runs for the coffee, and that can create a lot of anxiety, right, on an empty stomach.
Oh yeah, and it also affects your adrenal glands, and what a lot of people don't understand about coffee is that the coffee that everybody's drinking is dead.
Yes.
So because they roast it, they heat it up, it just destroys all the enzymes. If you want to drink coffee the right way, you have to brew it yourself, and you have to drink it within the first 7 days, or else it's just kind of dead energy. So I put some more chia seeds in because chia seeds are some of my favorite.
Vitamix is a very good product. I just bought one.
Oh,
I make soups, everything out of it.
Yep. And then on top, I put a little hemp seeds.
Wow.
And up here, I got some goji berries from the Himalayas. Goji berries are from China.
Amazing. That's it.
Oh, so good. So yummy.
So this
so
must...
the fast.
Yeah, I just want to talk to you really quick about these juicings. This has to help with a lot of things. Your mind, the way you think.
Absolutely, everything.
It's got to help it with you got to be having a nice sex life too. It's got to help with everything as the chemicals are going, because what you put in your body, I'm sure, you have a nice smell. Like, this is just so amazing. I wish a lot of people would do juicing more, because it does help with, instead of putting soda on the table, why don't you start putting juicing on the table? So thank you for making that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you so much. So let's discuss the 43 fast, the 43-day fast.
Yeah. So the most profound thing that came out of this cleanse was definitely these superfoods and this formula, because when I started the 16 days, when I got through the 16 days, I went from 185 pounds to 154, but my body started breaking down. And I was waking up in the middle of the night, and I was feeling, faint and dizzy, and I fainted a couple of times.
Let me ask you this, all right? So you're fasting now. It's the second day. You did some shoveling today. Were you unduly tired from that shoveling you did because you hadn't eaten in 2 days?
Yeah, no, I feel fine.
So no noticeable difference.
In 2 days, I really have no noticeable difference.
You haven't eaten for 2 whole days.
Right.
That's just amazing. I mean, most people, if they don't eat every 2 hours, they feel like they're going to drop down and faint.
Yeah, no, I really don't. And what's interesting is that in the fast I've done in the past, the past I've done in the past?
The past fasts?
My past fast? The first 2 or 3 days were the most difficult.
Yes.
You have these hunger pains and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And I think this time I'm taking this product called Homozone, which is this oxygen therapy. And I take a teaspoon in the morning and a teaspoon at night, and it helps to oxygenate my blood. And it's cleaning out anything that's in my intestines and my colon.
Right.
So you know how when you do the master cleanse for the first time, you have to do the salt flush and you do the laxative tea and all that kind of stuff, and that starts to clean everything out?
Yeah.
This Homozone, with just the lemon and the water, I'm completely flushed.
But I was really getting to know my body. I was really getting to understand my body. And then so when Dave came up and we put this formula together, the whole energy of the experience started to shift and change, because what we discovered was that if we took these nutrient-dense superfoods, so we looked at what did the body need? It needs fat. So we got coconut oil, which I use in my shakes. Coconut oil is considered one of the most healthiest fats there is on the planet. There's an amazing book just about coconut oil called The Miracle of Coconut Oil. I suggest everybody reads that. And then we need protein. And on the protein side, this is the Super Amino 23. This protein is beyond any other protein source that you can find. This was created by a doctor in Italy, and it's been around for, I don't know, maybe more than 15 years. But this protein comes from legumes, and your intestines assimilate this within 23 minutes, super quick, and it utilizes 99.5% of the protein. So there's no fecal matter waste after you eat these, and your body digests it very, very quickly. So that's the protein that we were using. We were using aloe vera, which is very, very cleansing for your organs, especially for your intestines and your colon. There's another product, it's called Daily Fiber Blend. So we were getting all of the fiber that we needed. We have a dark cherry juice, so we were getting the antioxidants from the fruits that we needed. So what we were doing was we hooked my body up to this quantum biofeedback device. And we were getting a reading of all the things that my body was deficient in at different stages of the cleanse. And as we went along, we would add whatever was needed. And we came up with this anabolic fast formula that brought my body back to homeostasis within 10 days. And I gained 10 pounds in muscle.
Interesting.
And I was ingesting only 3 shakes a day, less than 500 calories a day. I personally feel that because like what I experienced and what I felt while I was on this program was that this is the most nutrient dense, beneficial superfood program that I think is out there on the market. And now it's been around for probably 14 years, I think since 2007, however long ago that is. And this has assisted thousands of people, you know, in finding, you know, balance in their lifestyle when it comes to health.
You've always been so fit, you know, and at your age now, you look amazing. So what's your everyday food intake besides this wonderful shakes?
Yeah, so when I first wake up in the morning, I do 32 ounces of water from this water filter.
Is that a filter?
Well, I use that filter. There's minerals that I put in my water. One is called black mica, which helps to remove more than 300 toxins and chemicals and heavy metals that may be in the water, herbicides, pesticides, and all that kind of stuff. And then there's other minerals that I put in there, like fulvic zeolite, MSM. There's a liquid oxygen that I use. All of these I put into here, 32 ounces, and this is the first thing that I drink in the morning so that I can flush out all of the toxins that I release at night while I'm sleeping. And so I don't put anything else into my body at least 30 to 45 minutes after I've gone through that. I also have enzymes that I take and probiotics in the morning, systemic enzymes, which are really important to help go in and help to digest any undigested nutrients that may have been left behind from the night before. And so I want to make sure that my intestines and my colon are really clean. And so that's how I start my morning off. And then probably 45 minutes later after that, I'll do a shake. And that's how I'll start my day. And then I usually don't eat anything else until probably 12 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon because I have plenty of energy.
What are you eating for lunch or dinner?
Usually salads, some type of salads, or you know, some avocados, some fruit. But pretty much my diet is based on fruits, vegetables, and seeds and nuts.
Wow. You should write a book. Have you ever thought
We're working on it?
Very good. And you got another thing that you're working on as well, I'd like to discuss. And I just lost you. Oh my God, where are you? Here we go. You have another thing that you're working on as well with a famous Hawaiian man, Tintin.
Yep.
Tell us what's going on with that and tell us about Tintin.
So Tintin is a friend of mine who I met. I'm not sure how many years ago, but I met him through my girlfriend, and my girlfriend's been living here off and on in Hawaii for 25 years. And so Tintin is a local guy from the North Shore of Kauai. And my girlfriend, she suggested that we talk to Tintin and put him on this program because he was really overweight and he was having some difficulties in his life with addiction, and he just wanted to make a change. And so the three of us got together and we put Tintin on the superfoods, and he was on them for 60 days and he lost 60 pounds. He was probably 360 pounds at the time. Mm-hmm. And so he lost 60 pounds in 60 days. And that was years ago. And then in between that period of time, he eventually would go to rehab and, to help with his addictions, and it did. And so we're revisiting what we started many, many years ago. And you know, Tintin here locally, you know, was well known as a really strong surfer back in the day. But that was 20 years ago. That was the last time that Tintin was on a surfboard.
Wow.
And so our goal is to get Tintin healthy and lose enough weight to where he feels comfortable and safe on a surfboard again, and get him back in the water. And along the way, we're going to share all of the information that we have attained and gathered over the last 30 years of our journey, and share it with the public. So we're going to be putting up videos, you know, every few days on our Facebook channel. And
the audience is going to be a part of it.
And the audience is going to be a part of it.
Yeah.
We're going to invite the audience to cleanse with us, to go through the process with us. And also we're going to be exploring sweat lodges, plant medicines. He's going to do some mushroom journeys. He's going to do some ayahuasca journeys. He's also going to do some combo frog medicine journeys. And, you know, we're going to engage with the community, and we're going to get the kids involved. And he's an amazing painter and artist, and he's going to sing songs, and he's going to do, you know, create paintings. And we're just going to share this amazing journey with everybody over the next year.
Amazing. We're going to revisit that. I had asked you if we can be a part of that, and that's so amazing. So I would love to have you on this network, and Tintin, to talk about his journey in between. And tell us about the retreat that you have coming out in April.
Yeah, so the retreat in April is called Liberate 2022. And I'm co-facilitating that with my good friend and sister, Angie Brooks. That's happening in Tulum, Mexico in April. It's a 5-day retreat, and we're going to be offering inner child work, yoga, good foods, sweat lodges, combo ceremonies, and a mushroom journey. We're going to do some exploring locally, and it's going to be a really powerful healing retreat for anybody that's interested in going, you know, deep into their ancestral lineage healing, connecting with their inner child, and, you know, evolving out of this matrix that we are all moving through.
Yeah, thank you so much for this. And tell us
Sure.
about this these oils that you have with your wonderful girlfriend
that
you're starting.
The oils, we have them up here on the top of the altar, and my beautiful girlfriend Sochetra Penny, she created these.
Mm-hmm.
And we are in a soft launch. These are actually, they're available at a store locally here in Hanalei, and they were just put into the store. So we're a very, very soft launch right now. Everything is happening by word of mouth, and also by reaching out to us on Instagram.
Okay.
But these oils are amazing, and they feel so good, and it's like the highest quality grade of oils. And some of the flowers that we're using are like jasmine and lotus and sandalwood and just other really amazing oils, and they just feel so good. So we're really stoked to be bringing this out to the world. And this is, you know, our experience with the plant kingdom, and wanting to share this, you know, with everybody.
Are you blessing them, Eric? Because I know that you're into this, so you're blessing them.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Every intention, every movement, every breath, and it's all prayer and all blessing. And this is, you know, really, this is the culmination of a life journey for my girlfriend, from traveling all around the world. She's an amazing photographer, and, you know, she just wants to pour her heart and soul and all of her life's experiences into this little bottle. And she's done a really amazing job. We're really excited about it.
So amazing. I can't wait until we can get it over here in the States easily.
You can just reach out to us, contact us on you know, Instagram, or through my website, or however you can find us, through Facebook, and just send us a DM and say you're interested in the oils, and we'll make it happen.
So perfect. Thank you so much. And finally, there is a beautiful poem. Would I call this a poem? Yes, sir.
Okay.
In beauty I walk, with beauty before me I walk, with beauty behind me I walk, With beauty above me I walk. With beauty around me I walk. It has become beauty again.
Today I will walk out. Today everything negative will leave me. I will be as I was before. I will have a cool breeze over my body. I will have a light body. I will be happy forever. Nothing will hinder me. I walk with beauty before me. I walk with beauty behind me. I walk with beauty below me. I walk with beauty above me. I walk with beauty around me. My words will be beautiful. In beauty, all day long, may I walk.
Through the returning seasons may I walk. On the trail marked with pollen may I walk. With dew about my feet may I walk. With beauty before me may I walk. With beauty behind me may I walk. With beauty below me may I walk. With beauty above me may I walk. With beauty all around me may I walk.
In old age, wandering on a trail of beauty, lively may I walk. In old age, wandering on a trail of beauty, living again, may I walk. My words will be beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I want to talk about limitations and beliefs. I found that very interesting, of your intake on that.
Yeah, well, beliefs create limits within us, you know, like our soul and the light of our soul and where it came from. There are no limits. Everything is possible in the light of creation. But when we get down here to the slave planet where fear exists, and then the mind gets involved, and then we say, oh, I don't feel safe here because I forgot where I came from. See, all collectively, all the souls on this planet, we all agreed to come here with amnesia. But some of us are remembering where we're from. Some of us have a connection to the spirit world. Some of us have a connection to our ancestors. We have a connection to that lineage. But there's some people I'm friends with, they know without a doubt they're from the Pleiades, or they're from Arcturus, or they came from Sirius, another star system. And they know exactly where they came from and why they're here. The Native Americans and the ancient ones and the indigenous people of this planet, they have a deep, deep, deep connection to the stars and to their ancestors and to the spirit world. To them, the spirit world is actually more real than the physical world. So when we're talking about beliefs, I believe that beliefs create limitations. So, and it also can create division, separation, and judgment. So I'm a Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ. I don't believe in anything else. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to have a conversation about it. Jesus Christ is my Savior, and the only way that I'm going to get to heaven is through Jesus Christ. Okay, well, what if you don't? Then what? Are you going to look for another path? And how do you know that's the only way? Because you read it in a book and somebody else had that experience. But have you personally had that experience? And that's where the limitations and the beliefs come in. For me, for my existence and for my experience is what it's all about. I will not speak on something that I have not personally had an experience with, because I think that those conversations are dangerous.
Right.
And they're limiting, right? If I don't have enough experience on a certain topic, I feel I'm out of integrity. I'm betraying you. I'm betraying me.
Yeah.
Because I'm creating a story and I'm pulling it out of thin air. But I like to talk about the things that I've personally had experiences with. Therefore, with my experience, I feel that the soul is limitless. It has a limitless potential of experience and existence. And have I have seen it all? Definitely not. Probably a very, very, very teeny tiny amount of what is possible. And that's humbling, you know, to be in that place, to sit in a place of humility and say, yeah, I don't know everything. What I do know is how I feel, how I used to feel, and how I feel now is much different. And these are the things that I experienced and I did in between not feeling good and feeling really good.
How did your relationships change with, you know, you've dated A-list celebrities. I mean, you know, you've been around a lot of people. So, I mean, are these people calling you up now and saying, hey, Eric, I'm watching your journey and, you know, I'm so proud of you. You found yourself. Does that happen to you, or how did your relationships change with friends and your significant others, girlfriends?
Yeah, I mean, it happens to a certain extent. Now because of social media and Instagram, you know, you get like a, you know, little message here and there. And, you know, I have a lot of friends. I mean, most of the people that I communicate with that are in my life have been there for a long time, or, you know, or they've been, you know, on the journey with me, you know, somewhere along the way. But we all resonate on a certain frequency. You know, we enjoy having similar conversations. You know, it's kind of like talking to the choir type of thing. And I think you just naturally attract people that are interested in evolving and living a healthy lifestyle. But that's always been in my field ever since I was a little child. So, you know, being an athlete and, you know, putting good things in my body so I could have, you know, better performance in the things that I was doing. I grew up in that. You know, my grandfather and his brothers, and it was just passed down. But in the world of celebrity, I kind of walked away from that a long time ago, and I don't have many friends that are celebrities that are in the business, and I'm not really even that. I'm not interested, you know, in being in those circles at the moment. I do see I'm coming back into it, and I think it's because of the outreach. It's important. And I see what's happening with other celebrities that are out there, like this whole thing that's going on with Will Smith right now, going down to the jungle, doing ayahuasca for 2 weeks, and his book that just came out. And so it's really nice to see, you know, other people that have access, you know, to reach a lot of people sharing their healing journeys. That's really inspiring and hopeful. And we're going to see a lot more of that.
Yeah. You actually have practiced ayahuasca and mushrooms in your ceremonies, and you do ceremonies with people. Tell us how your relationship with this herb and how it helps people. And once again, we're not promoting anything, but we just want to have Eric have his voice and time, because people do this to help them spiritually. They're not doing this to get a kick or a rise. This is being done. They're being supervised by people like Eric. So the floor is all yours.
Yeah, I can feel their spirits here. And this doesn't often happen when I'm doing an interview. But yeah, I'm getting a little emotional. I can feel Grandma Ayahuasca. I can feel the spirit of the mushrooms and the plants that I've dieted over the years with the Shipibo tribe. Yeah, I've been working with the Shipibo tribe of the jungles of Peru for the last 4 years. And I've gone on 3 different plant dietas. The plants that I've dieted are Marosta, Swelda Consuelda, and Renakita. The Shipibo maestros and maestras of the jungle, they feel that there's a plant for everything and everybody to address every issue, that all of those plants that are in the jungle are available to us. And yeah, so I've been working with the plant medicines in integrity with intention for about 12 years now. And to date, I've probably participated in and facilitated maybe 250 ceremonies.
Wow.
Maybe more. And yeah, I facilitate mushroom journeys and I organize ayahuasca retreats. In the Shipibo tradition, you have to go through at least 5 years of dieting plants and apprenticing with a high-level maestro before you can start serving medicine. Mm-hmm. There are a lot of people that are out there that are serving medicines that probably shouldn't be serving medicines. And the reason why is because these plant medicines, they not only open up a bridge to your subconscious mind and to the programs, the fears and the judgments and things that are happening within you, but it also opens up a bridge to the spirit world. And you have to be very careful when opening up bridges to the spirit world, because the spirit world plays a huge role in our existence here. There's spirits all around us everywhere. And there's a spirit in everything. You know, like if you were on some type of DMT type of medicine and you were like looking at a plant, there's a chance that you could see the spirit of that plant, or, you know, the energetics of that plant, the sacred geometry of the plant, or just the energetic aura field around those plants. And anybody who has participated in these ceremonies, you know, there's a good chance that they have experienced that. But the reason why I went to the plants for assistance was because for the first 30 years of my life, or first 40, almost 40 years of my life, I was putting a lot of my trust in human beings.
Right.
And the wrong ones. Ones that would take advantage of me, manipulate me, molest me, very dishonest people. But what I didn't realize at that time was I was attracting them because I was processing those types of energies within myself. And, you know, the first 20 years of my life were very destructive. I was definitely entertaining the dark shadow within me, although that little angelic little boy that's inside of me was also there, being very playful, you know, also being very protective and empathetic for other people's suffering. But there was this other side of me that was screaming for help. And
Eric, can I just stop you right there, because I want for you to elaborate on that. People always say, why me, why me, why me? They don't realize whether it's good or bad, you're inviting that into your world.
Mm-hmm.
So
this is what I've come to understand about this whole soul journey experience here. So you've heard me talk about ancestral lineage healing. Ancestors play a huge role in this. Like I said, there's no separation, there's no division, there's a oneness within everything. And what I've come to understand was that when I came into this life with this family, I brought with me all of these energies and experiences from my past life. And also you have your soul's journey, but you also have your DNA's journey, right? So the soul's journey is the spirit world, and the DNA journey is the physical world. So we're talking about like the blood, right? Your bloodline. So these two worlds play a role in how you function and operate in your life. So you already come into this world with certain behavioral programs from your soul. But then when you come into your family and you're a little baby on your back with your hands and your feet up in the air, totally surrendered, trusting that the people who brought you into this world are going to take care of you and
Did
put a
you
roof
choose
over.
them? Did you choose them?
Yes.
I'm sorry for interrupting. Okay. Sorry for
Absolutely.
interrupting. Okay.
Yeah.
Go on. Sorry.
Every there's divine order in everything that the soul does.
Are we just choosing our parents, or do we pick the whole family?
The whole family, where you are on the planet, what city, town, environment, all of it. It's all divinely orchestrated for the sole purpose of the liberation of the soul. And so if we all went to soul school when we, if there was, soul school, and there was teachings and an understanding from first grade to 12th grade and into college about what the soul is, where the soul comes from, why the soul is here, how to liberate the soul from suffering, this would be a much different world that we would be living in. There are actually civilizations, ancient civilizations, that did live this way a very, very, very long time ago, like Atlantis and Lemuria and Egypt, and the Sumerians. But yeah, so I came into this planet with my soul family for the sole purpose that these soul beings would trigger me to help me to understand what I'm carrying with me in this physical body. What am I suppressing in this physical body that is causing my physical body to feel heavy or anxious or depressed or insecure or whatever it is? And so the plant medicines and also Vipassana meditation helped me or assisted me in remembering and understanding what this is all about here and why we are here.
Right.
And asking why, and then going on a journey to find those answers. And so the ayahuasca and the mushrooms, these spirits, I can give an explanation of what I experienced with ayahuasca to help the listener have somewhat of an understanding without experiencing it.
Thank you.
So for me, when I drink ayahuasca, about 30 minutes or so, 45 minutes, it's like this very old, wise grandmother that knows everything about your life. She jumps into your head and she sits behind a control board. And over here to the right is a filing cabinet of your entire soul's journey. And then you appear as an onion, and there's like all these layers of the onion, and then very right in the middle of that onion is the essence of your soul. And so when you drink ayahuasca, that sweet old wise grandmother who is sitting behind the control board, I love the visual. She reaches over and she pulls out a file, mm-hmm. and she plugs it in, and you go into your ceremonies with intention and you have a prayer. So let's just talk about anxiety. So there could be a million different reasons why somebody would feel anxious, right? So you want to know, why do I have this problem with anxiety?
Right.
So you drink the ayahuasca and you say, Grandma Ayahuasca, I'm feeling very anxious, and I always feel anxious, and I've been feeling anxious for like the last 10 years, and I don't know what it is, and I don't know how to get out of it. And she goes, okay, well, let's pull out the anxiety file. And she pulls out that file, she plugs it in, and she goes, so this is what your anxiety feels like, and we're going to elevate it by 10 times.
Wow.
So now, wow, this feels really uncomfortable. I really don't like the way that I'm feeling right now. And then you sit in that feeling, the heightened anxiety. Oh, this is uncomfortable. I don't like this. And then all of your resistance will start to come up as to why you don't want to look at this anxiety. What is this anxiety connected to? What's it related to? What's the relationship that the anxiety has with you and your inner child and your soul? And then then Grandma Ayahuasca will maybe pull out another file and go, this anxiety is related to this experience that you had when you were 12 years old with your father, when you were in the kitchen and you weren't eating your string beans. And he said, if you don't eat your string beans, you're not going to go to watch your favorite program, or you're going to get something taken away from you, or there's going to be consequences, and you're going to get in trouble. So that young child at 12 years old is having a traumatic emotional experience. And because that traumatic emotional experience is those energies are being projected by the father who's supposed to be protecting you and loving you unconditionally, and not projecting his own fears onto you, you hold on to that emotion because you don't feel safe and comfortable enough to express it. Because if you express it, there's probably another consequence coming. There's another abusive response. There's another controlling, manipulative response, which is coming from the father's own personal issues that he received from his father and his father, and so on and so on and so on. So this is the ancestral lineage programming that gets passed down from generation to generation. So Grandma Ayahuasca assists you in shining your love, your understanding, your empathy, your compassion that you have within you, because you are the limitless being of light that carries the light and love of all creation, all of heaven, and all of the existence of the entire universe is within you. And the only thing that is holding you back from evolving and being in that state of bliss and happiness and joy is your own mind and how you think about yourself, how you think about the experiences that you've had in your life. And those thoughts that you are creating about the experiences in your life are causing the anxiety and the depression and the insecurities and the judgments and the fears. So ayahuasca helps to shine light on all of that, and then helps you to release it in multiple different ways, whether it's your body shaking, you get hot, you get cold, you throw up, you have diarrhea, you cry, scream. There's all different types of ways to purge these energies that are stuck in your body that are causing you to feel uncomfortable.
Has anybody ever died in the process of doing ayahuasca or mushrooms?
No, ayahuasca will not kill you. Ayahuasca itself does not kill you. Either does mushrooms, either does anything. What happens is sometimes, and there are maybe a couple of cases of this, where people have drank ayahuasca and were not facilitated by a shaman or somebody who knows what they're doing, they're in integrity and they're working in the light. Again, you know, we could talk about the light and the dark. It exists everywhere, even in shamanism, even in the world of ayahuasca and mushrooms and everywhere. There's light and dark. There's people who get pulled over to the darkness, and they're using the darkness for their own personal gain in some way, using the ayahuasca to open up the bridge to the spirit world, you know, conjuring up other spirits to use them for their own benefit. So that exists. You know, you want to be very, very careful about who you sit with,
right?
And what their intentions are. But I personally don't know of anybody that has died. But I do personally know people who've had very, very intense experiences that are challenging. But when they come out on the other side, they feel much better.
Right. I want to thank you so much for helping us understand that. I want to go back to trust, and this will bring back this gentleman who was in your life. So when we're vulnerable, we tend to trust our thoughts with some people, and we think that they're out to do good, and some want to do good. However, they cause more harm. Point.
Mm-hmm.
I recently put my faith in and trust into someone I knew for a long time, and I thought that he had my best intentions and gave me the gift of spirituality and tools, which you use that word a lot, to help me become more aware. And he actually introduced me to the religion of Ocha. And, you know, he taught me about independent and being free of expectations. And it helped me a lot, really. You know, I put my heart on my sleeve with people. So it kind of made me become less expectations with others. So I was blindsided because his intentions was not that. He wanted to get close with me, just as something that you went through. So so here's a man teaching me about others' ego, and now his ego has taken over. And so how do you find the trust in someone when you're saying enough is enough, I have to change, but like, how do you trust somebody?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, there's a lot of that going on, but there's lessons to be learned in every experience. And so when we are confronted with situations like that, you know, we want to look within ourselves. Why are we attracting those types of people, those types of energies into our life? And so immediately, I like to look at it as a reflection and turn it back on you, not about that person. So where in your life do you not trust yourself? How can you better develop the relationship that you have with yourself where you can trust yourself? You know, and ultimately, a lot of people turn to other people for spiritual guidance.
Yeah.
Oh, I am in a way, you give your power away to somebody else that supposedly knows something that you don't. But the truth is, the reality is that it's all within you. All of that information, all access to the universe, your own empowerment, your own realization, the trust, the vulnerability, the transparency, all of that, you want that relationship to happen with yourself. And that's the reason why I went to plant medicine, because I didn't want to have to deal with all of the issues that all of these human beings are carrying around with them. So I made a conscious choice. Okay, but if I go to the plants and the plants are my teachers, I don't have to deal with the traumas from their suppressed emotions and the programs from their lineage. And so that's why I went to the plant medicines. But even there, you still have to find the right shamans, right?
Sure.
to facilitate you. And that is done by due diligence and vetting and, talking to other people who have had experiences with them. And they've been doing it for years. So for me, the lineages that I'm connected to with ayahuasca, I know that I can trust them.
Right.
Because I have personal experience with them. And that was shared with me from somebody who's had 10 years experience, 15 years experience, almost 20 years experience. But yeah, it's a tricky game right now. The spiritual war that is going on and the influence that the darker spirits have on people that are living in fear is very real, because that's what the dark spirits feed off of. They feed off of the energy and the frequency of fear that we create within ourselves.
If you'd like to start healthy decisions, head over to ishoppurium.com and be sure to put Eric in the code to get $50 off. To learn more let Loose Hawaii face and body oils, please visit IamEricNies.com or follow and DM him on his Instagram, EricNies333. Mahalo. This episode is sponsored by Preferred Health Magazine.
Hi, I'm Angelina Cappiello, publisher and editor-in-chief of Preferred Health Magazine. PHM hosts interviews with today's top physicians, experts in the healthcare industry, and some of today's most beloved celebrities. So head on over to www.preferredhealthmagazine.com today to receive your free digital subscription. And be sure to catch me on our new podcast, Talking Points with Preferred Health Magazine, streaming now on Spotify and YouTube.
Thank you for tuning in to Making a Difference. I'm your host, Melissa Billy Clark. If you'd like to learn more about our show, please visit our website at melissabillyclarkshow.com. If you'd like to sponsor or be a guest, email melissa@melissaclarkshow.com. Let's make a difference together.